Alrighty, hey there, all of my YouTube people again. I just filmed a couple of videos and had a thought for another one. Is there such thing as too big an age gap? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I know some people who have survived in some pretty big age gap relationships, but not many. Um, what is too big an age gap? I don't know. I've kind of been sitting here trying to think about that. And so I've been in two really heavily age gapped relationships. I am 17 years older than my soon to be ex wife, and the last girlfriend I had before leaving the Valley, I was about 12 years older than her, right? And I would say even the 12-year gap was too much. Was too much. So what's appropriate? I don't know. I think that if there's, say, 6 years of grade school, and if you put high school and middle school together, it's kind of 6 years. Um, I think that you need to be in the same thing. So, say, if you were both in grade school at the same time, or if you were both in, say, high school, middle school at the same time, right? Within the same 6 years, I think is probably pretty safe. Although I think that what you might come to find, and what I've kind of come to find, is that people that are too close to your age can often be really shitty to try and be with. I dated a lot of women my age before kind of settling on my wife, and they were all awful. They were just all terrible, terrible, terrible. Just not particularly good people. I kind of hit it off pretty well with this one girl I remember, and we made arrangements, and she just stood me up. Things went well. Chick pretty much stood me up, and for no real reason, and she was like about my age. So I think that the idea is that, yeah, a guy is supposed to go out with a younger female. And a female is supposed to go out with an older guy, but not tragically one way or the other. It's going to get too much. If you guys' age gap is too... Joe, you're really interfering with the video here, man. Come on. Sorry. If you guys' age gap is just too much, you're not in the same spot in your life. It makes a lot more sense to get with somebody who is at a similar spot where you are. A young girl gets with an older guy who's kind of like in his life already. I guarantee that she's not going to be having sex as much as she likes, and stuff like that. You want to be in the same place, and I just feel like that 6 year gap is a good place to go. If you guys were both in grade school at the same time, elementary school at the same time, or put high school and middle school together, high school, middle school at the same time, college, maybe the last couple of years of high school and college, okay? That would be another kind of block, say you're going to get a bachelor's degree, and just throw the last 2 years of high school in there. If you guys are in that kind of, just make sure you guys are within 6 or so years of each other, I think. But it will probably take more than an age gap to really ruin a relationship as well. So keep that in mind. It probably is not going to be the only thing that screws things up. And that that comes down to just a lot of this comes down to compatibility as well. You could have no age gap, as I mentioned, and just not be compatible people. But having difficulties with compatibility and then throwing a huge age difference in the mix is not going to really help anything. Now, this is permanent relationships, of course. Is there too big an age gap when you're dating? I mean, if you're not going to be taking it very seriously, and it's, you know, you're just having a good time until you can't stand each other anymore, then, I mean, as long as everything's legal, I guess you do whatever you like. But, you know, sometimes those things can lead to longer term relationships, and you'll just find that you guys were better as boyfriend and girlfriend, or better as, say, a monogamous couple rather than a monogamous married couple. It is a difficult call because, like the male instinct is to want a younger female. I'm not sure what the female instinct is. So in order to kind of make all this stuff work, you are having to sort of try and ignore a certain amount of your programming. And I would encourage everybody to work on that. You need, if you want to kind of not be taken advantage of in life, especially by the people you're with, the companies you work for, you know, etc. You know, you just need to, totally forgot what I was saying. So that what I was saying is, in order to not be taken advantage of in life by the people you work for, or the people you are with, you need to be conscious that as a biological organism, you are programmed by millions and millions and millions of years of experience and genetics, okay? And that type of stuff can be very difficult to ignore, to overcome and ignore. But if you want to be more successful in life in general, you have to be aware of said programming, and you have to be able to circumvent it to a certain extent. Okay? And part of that is the age gap thing. A guy might find like a very young female, you know, attractive, but that can be difficult to make work out. I mean, think about Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart is notorious for getting with women who are young enough to be his granddaughter. You know, the man is in his 80s, and he's dating women that are in their 20s and 30s. And, you know, on movie sets and stuff, people have asked him why, and he's like, those are the women I meet. I just don't really meet many women my age. I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, but in the film industry, that might be the case. But the point is, most of those relationships haven't worked out either. You know, he is in a way, way different place in his life than a 24-year-old woman is. So, yeah. I mean, I would say it would be wise of him to kind of ignore, yeah, and just say no. But it is a lot easier said than done, and I haven't been able to even circumvent or overcome this every time myself. So, yeah, in order to not just really try and avoid huge age gaps. That is all there is to it. Date, have a good time. And guys, don't be afraid of telling said female that. Like, listen, I enjoy going out with you. I enjoy having dinner with you. I enjoy movies, having sex. All the things we do are very fun, but at some point the fun's going to wear off, and we're just going to be a grossly misaged couple that don't have much in common anymore. You know. I don't tell them exactly like that, but essentially just, hey, I'm not really looking to get married again, just be honest with them. Try and be honest with people going into a relationship what you're looking for. Before we even got together as a couple, I sat my wife down in here in the living room, and we had like an hours long conversation about what we were looking for. And of course, that was then, and this is now. So you have to. That's the ultimate thing to keep in mind in this as well, is that if as a guy you are 40, going on 46 years old, and you get with a female who can't even drink yet, by the time said female is 28, she is going to be a person that you don't even recognize. She will not be the person that you got with, and that is just because of the way humans change. People think they don't change, but they do, quite a bit, especially from your 20s to your 30s. You'll make a really big change there, and you probably might have some awkwardness in your 30s, and then when you roll into your 40s, you're going to kind of start getting comfortable finally. Like your late 30s, early 40s, you're probably going to start finally getting comfortable with who you are. Women seem to think they have themselves, like, I haven't changed since high school, or they want to get themselves figured out by the time, they're 30 or whatever, and it's just very difficult to explain that is not probably going to be the case, that you're always going to be trying to figure things out about yourself and grow and just become a different and hopefully better individual. Anyway, I think I managed to make this video pretty short for me, so I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye here, everybody. Goemon Ronan and Curtain Puller Joe signing out.